Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Chris. I am your humble servant, and today we're going to create a space that is safe for everyone to be able to talk. Safe to share, safe to tell your story, safe to be able to ask questions, and hopefully I can answer your questions today in this live. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the most taboo topic that we consider to be taboo, and that is your mental health and why we struggle with your mental health. There are various reasons why we struggle with mental health, but some of the top reasons why we struggle with mental health is the very reason why we're on here today, and that is social media. Okay. Social media is a platform for people to engage socially with each other. But a lot of people don't understand how social media and its platforms have an effect on your mental health. Okay. It's imperative when you are on social media to limit your time on social media, not to have any expectations, and to speak this generally. Okay. But when we talk about mental health, it is a taboo topic because it is a topic that has been hush hush for many years. It's not something that our ancestors have ever wanted to talk about or bring to the surface. If we talked about mental health during those times, you were looked at cross-eyed. You were pretty much outcasted. You were ostracized from your community if you had mental health issues. These days, mental health is talked about more often. This is a safe place for you to talk about your stressors, things that bring you stress in life. And there's many things that contribute to your well being. Okay. And one of the many things, one of the top reasons that contribute to your mental unwell being is your social instability. We're constantly seeking validation from the world. Okay. We're constantly seeking validation from people we don't know. We're constantly seeking validation in regards to numbers. We're hoping people like our streams, like our feeds, like our videos, like our shorts, like our Facebook pages. We are constantly seeking validation from this world. And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get the validation that you're looking for because that validation is not found from the world. That validation, that validation you're looking for comes from within, and it comes from God. God's love, God's mercy, and God's grace. That validation you cannot seek from this world. This world is not going to give you the validation that you want. And if you do happen to get that validation, it's temporary. That validation is very temporary. It does not last. It's not something that's going to run concurrent throughout your entire life for decades, for centuries. It's not. It's very temporary. One moment you're on top, and the next you're on the bottom. One moment you're an A-lister, and the next you're a D. You're not going to get the validation that you're looking for. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Today, we're talking about seeking validation from this world and how you cannot get the validation you're looking for. You just can't. I don't care how popular you are on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you cannot get the validation that you're looking for. It's just not possible. And if you do, it's very temporary. But what happens when you go and seek validation from this world? What are you doing to yourself mentally? What are the expectations that you are setting for yourself? When you look for validation from this world, you expect the same thing to happen each and every day. There is a minimum, okay? I'll give you an example. Let's say someone who's a gambler, who plays lotto, who loves to scratch lotto tickets. They set themselves with a standard minimum. How much are they going to win so they can play again? Okay? Say that minimum is $20, okay? You win $20, you buy another ticket. You win $100, You keep 50 and you spend 50. You keep on playing until you hit that satisfaction where the endorphins are released and you feel that rush of excitement. Okay. That's what happens with social media. When you make your YouTube videos, when you go on live, when you make shorts and whatnot, you look for numbers. You don't know these people and they don't know you. But in that second, they give you what you're looking for, that rush, that high. Mm, that lasts very short. It's short lived. Okay. And what it does to you mentally, okay, it takes you out of the game. It takes you out of the game. How? How does it take you out of the game? Okay, because you are not striving for success with what you're striving for. What you're striving for is just numbers. Like right now, okay, we all know there's 15 people on this stream. Okay, I may be looking for 100. Okay, because when you drive the numbers up, more people are going to follow, more people are going to come, more people are going to look to listen to you and listen to your show. But what does that do to you mentally? What happens when those numbers go down? You give up. You stop. You become defeated. You watch the numbers go down and decline, you decline, 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 and you fall into a whirlwind, a spiral, and you go down the rabbit hole. Okay, you start going and spiraling. Okay, I'm not successful. I'm not getting the numbers I want. I don't see it. Okay, you're not going to get the validation that you're looking for. Okay, it's not possible. The validation that you seek is from with you. Okay, it's within you. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with what you look like? Are you happy with what you're doing? It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think of yourself. Okay, because the excitement, the validation, it lasts for seconds. People could care less. The very next day, you're going to forget who I am in this conversation that we just had. You're going to forget about it. It's not going to last forever. Hello there, Ash Mac. How are you? So, there are very few people that take stock in what other people do, okay? That actually do care. There are a few that are compassionate, okay? But you're not going to get validation from the asshole world, not from the masses, okay? If you like the show, you're going to click and like and you're going to subscribe. If you're not, you're going to pass by. You're going to keep on scrolling. That's what we do. We scroll and scroll until we find something that resonates with us, okay? And we stay on for 30 seconds. You can't hold someone attention more than 15 minutes at a time. I'm sure that you all are here and you know that you will probably be on here maybe the next 5 minutes, okay? At the most, okay? But what that does for me, it gives me the validation I need. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Okay. I'm here to set the record straight. Your validation comes from within you. Are you happy with what you're doing? Okay. And what I'm saying to you is that you got to seek validation from here. That validation comes from you and from God. Okay. The person that's always been there. Okay. The person that's never left you. The person that has been there with you through every dark moment. Okay. And there's been plenty of them. Okay. We go on social media to gain attention, to gain a following, to stroke our ego. Okay. We go on social media to do this so we can feel better about ourselves. And if there's questions, go ahead and ask your questions. No, I can't see you. I'm not here to talk about underwear. And if you're here trolling, please leave. Okay. Hey, Liverpool man, how are you? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about validation, why humans need validation. Okay, because we created a society that needs that validation. The day that we invented social media, the day that we can see how many people that supposedly like us. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. I don't know how to pronounce your name right, so I don't want to inappropriately say your name. But Kylie or Kukli, um, the day that social media created a platform where you could, I don't know, garner 1,000 friends, 1,000 likes, and then it grows from there. It keeps on growing. It keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So what happens? It inflates your ego, and you want more, and you want more, and you want more. It's like that person that gambles and plays the scratchers and goes and wins $20. Oh, I want $20. I want more. So they go out and they win $100. Oh, I want more. So they go out and win $500, and they continue to want more and more. When does it end? When does it end? When does that validation end? When is that wanting more end? It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Thank you for subbing and liking. I appreciate that. Um, you have to be good with yourself. And the way to do that is to be vulnerable. Is to be vulnerable with your audience. So let's start. I'm going to share something and you tell me how that makes you feel. Okay. So I struggled with PTSD for quite some time. Okay. I've been to counseling many times and it was unsuccessful. And I got to a point where it finally broke and I finally snapped. All right. And eventually I found myself in that dark place where all hope was lost, where I found myself not wanting to be around other people and other people not wanting to be around me. I isolated myself and I alienated people away from me. Okay. And I will tell you that what it did to me was send me further and further down the rabbit hole, further and further down. Thank you for listening. And I got to the point where I was just giving up. Okay. And I did. But what saved me was God. All right. When I stopped wanting validation from anybody else but God. Okay. I wanted my relationship with Him. And saying as soon as I turned back to Him, things got better. I'm just telling you the truth. It got better for me. It got better because I wanted to have a relationship with God, not just to say I'm religious, to have a relationship with God. And that's what this is about. Okay. I'm not going to thank anybody else for that because there's only one person to thank, and that is God. Okay. But when we are vulnerable to the point that we're getting ready to break, everything around us crumbles. Everything around us falls. Everything around us does not matter anymore. Okay. And that's why I say the validation that you're getting, that you're seeking, is temporary. These people that you know, that's okay. I understand that yeah, battery has low life. They're not going to be there to pick you up when you fall. So, what are you looking for? Where are you really looking for that validation? Do not seek that validation from the world. It's not going to give it to you. It's going to chew you up and spit you out. And that validation that you're looking for, you should have looked to God. You should have went back to God. God is where it's always been. God has always been there. We have just pushed him away. We have. So, what is validation to you? I'm going to ask you guys, what does validation mean to you? If you want to respond, please go for it. If not, I understand. But validation, what does it mean to you? When you're looking for validation, what are you hoping to gain? Okay. Mm, okay. Some people are looking for a number of likes. They want to be liked by their peers. Okay. Or some people may be wanting validation that to, validate me because I'm hurting, validate me because I'm angry, validate me because I'm confused. They need that validation because they don't want to feel alone. That's why we look for validation. Thank you. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Hey, Joshly. Well, happy birthday to you. Um, but that's what I'm saying. We're looking for validation because we're feeling a certain way right now. And we want to feel better. So we look for it in places that is very greedy, very tempting, and very temporary. And that's what you have to realize. The validation that you're looking for, it's not going to last. Where you're looking for it at is all in the wrong places. Okay? Social media has created a platform for us to want more and more validation. The more that you put on social media, the more you expose your life on social media, the more that people are going to validate you. And that validation only lasts for seconds. It doesn't last forever. It's not going to last forever. So, any of you feel the same way? Anybody that has a social media channel, platform, whatever, they come on here and that high that you get, you know that it doesn't last forever. You have questions, leave it down in the chat. Okay. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe. Okay. Validation, I keep saying it, and I will say it time and time again. You're not going to find validation here. You're not going to get validation from this world. You're just not. Look around you. There are 100 carbon copies just like you seeking the same thing. They're trying to do it better than you. They're trying to do it better than me. I'm not good at all. I'm probably the worst on here. Okay? But I'm telling you, you're not the only one that's seeking validation. And if someone doesn't like you, we get upset with it. When do we learn to say enough's enough? Let's just move on, move forward. I'm not here to blow smoke up your butt. I'm here to tell you the truth. Validation is temporary. Approval is temporary. The likes that you get on YouTube, the likes that you get on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it doesn't matter. Those people are not following you home. They're not paying your bills. They're not celebrating your birthday. They are not there to comfort you when you're down. Okay? They're not there. But I'm here to educate you. I'm here to hopefully instill some understanding in you that you don't need that validation. That's validation you can seek elsewhere. And where do you seek it? You get I'm gonna say something that you probably disagree with me about. And many of you will disagree with me on. Okay. How could this possibly be? And use your logical thinking and say, no, that's not true. I tried this and it doesn't work. You get that validation from God. Okay. And a lot of you, if you're on here, okay, a lot of you that are, are you sure it's the last message? You can stay. I want you to stay. But if you can't, I understand. Thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button. All right. I want you to stay. But listen, a lot of you on here are out to prove that God doesn't exist. And I'm here to tell you that's a fallacy. You're lying to yourself if you believe that God does not exist. Here's my proof that God's existing. We are human, right? We have created by a code, a DNA code, right? Science has not disproven the existence of God. It hasn't. But also, science has not come up with a DNA code that can replicate me. You can make a clone, but it's not going to have the same DNA genetic makeup as me. No one will have the same genetic DNA code as I will at all in any way. Science cannot replicate that. Science cannot produce that. Science cannot prove that it can. So that only debunks the myth that God doesn't exist, but proves the fact that God does exist. Okay. So that's my proof right there. So if your science is here, come here and throw it at me. I'm willing to listen, but I'm not going to debate it. Okay. If you didn't hear my message, what I'm saying to you is that science has yet to replicate specific human DNA. Okay, we have DNA, but it cannot replicate my specific DNA code. It will not make the same person as me organically. Okay, I am organic. I am authentic. I'm organic. I'm the only one in existence, and I will only be the only one in existence. It can clone me, but it will not be me 100%, proving the fact that God exists. Okay, bottom line. So that is the validation that I need, that God exists and God is listening to me. Okay, so why am I speaking to you about validation? Because that's what we do. We constantly, we're constantly looking for validation because it drives our ego. It makes us feel better. It gives us a reason to get up every single morning and do what we do each and every single day. But what you fail to realize is that you don't need that validation to get up every single day and do what you do. Okay, you don't. Just like I don't need 100 million viewers right now. Okay, you like it, click subscribe, and I'll be here. Okay, but if you're looking for validation from this world, you're gonna fail. It's not gonna happen. Okay, success doesn't come from validation. It doesn't come from validation at all. Success is born out of suffering and overcoming life's challenges and difficulties. Suffering is part of life. Okay. So I don't need to be validated in what I do here. If you like my stream, you will come and you will listen. If you don't like my stream, then you won't. Okay. Validation is a term that we use to make ourselves feel better. You validate me doesn't make me any better than I was yesterday. 100 people validating me today doesn't make me any better than I was yesterday. You liking my stream doesn't make me better than I was yesterday. I got to be better because I want to be better. Okay, that validation doesn't come from you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you liking and subscribing, but that validation doesn't come from you. Why do we seek it? Because we're missing something in our life. We're not getting something in our life. We're not being fulfilled. Something that we're not fulfilling in this life. And that's why we're seeking validation. We're not fulfilled in our relationships. We're not fulfilled at work. We're not fulfilled in school. We're not fulfilled in our life at home. We're not fulfilled within our own family. So you come on here on the stream and you seek that validation. Why? Because you are also one that needs to be instantly gratified. We look for instant gratification too. So instant gratification and validation go hand in hand. Okay. If you're not getting something from home, you're going to go elsewhere to be satisfied and validated. And that's what I call instant gratification. It's the truth. If you're hungry and you're starving and you're driving on the road, you're going to go through a drive through because it's quick and easy and it's going to fill your stomach. It's going to kill that urge of hunger. And guess what? It's instant gratification. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing for addiction. If you're an alcoholic and you're stressed out, what do you turn to? You turn to alcohol. You drink alcohol, and it kills that urge of instant gratification. We need to be instantly gratified because that's how this world is made. We have no wherewithal. We have no patience. We do not want to wait on validation. So we come on here seeking that validation, hoping to get 1,000 likes so we can come back tomorrow and get 1,000 more, day in and day out. It never ends. And it gets to the point that you become so anxious if you're not hitting 1,000 likes. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Someone doesn't like me. And that perpetuates self-esteem issues. So you have to come on here to know whether or not you like yourself. You have to come on here to know whether or not somebody likes you. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter what I think of you or what he thinks of you or what she thinks of you. It only matters what you think of yourself. Okay? Surrender. Give it all to God. God created you. Surrender. A lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear that. What you have here on earth is temporary. It doesn't last. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It does not last. It will not last. You cannot take it with you. The glitz and the glamour, all that you have right now, it's not going to last. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's not going to last. If you like the stream, click like and subscribe. You have comments, leave your comments in the comment section. You have questions, I'll be happy to answer. Let's continue forward. If you do not understand this, you're going to have a very stressful life. If all you're looking for is validation from this world, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt because everything in this world is temporary. It doesn't last forever. People don't remember what you say to them, and they remember how you made them feel. That's what resonates with people, is how you made them feel. Okay? I can give you $1 million and you'll forget my name tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe in a week, 2 weeks, a month, who knows? But the truth of the matter is, you're not going to be fulfilled until you stop looking for validation from this world. You cannot be validated and expect to be happy. I've tried it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. In order for you to really seek happiness, you have to come to terms that this life here on earth is very broken. And a lot of you don't want to hear that. We talk about that way too much. No, we don't talk about it enough. It's broken. We broke it. We broke what God created. There's some of you on here that don't believe in God. Okay, that's fine. But I want you to give me evidence that God doesn't exist. Okay? If you're so bold, give me the evidence that God doesn't exist. Tell me where science has disproven God's existence. Okay, we see it a lot on here to begin with that you have a lot of atheists on here that are trying to disprove God. So I'm going to ask you and do the opposite. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. And I'm going to ask you, give me evidence that God doesn't exist. Okay. And I'll try to refute it. Okay. But I'm not here to debate with you. I'm here to tell you that it's obvious we're destroying the life that we have by seeking the validation that we can't get. You're not going to scratch that itch. That $1 million that you're hoping to win, you have a long shot. It's a possibility, but it's one in a million. It's maybe even more than that. So once you start to realize that happiness is not found here on earth, and you start focusing on the things that matter, then you'll be able to accept that you don't need validation. You don't need anybody's approval. The only approval that you're looking for is God's approval. Okay? God's already approved you. You don't need to earn his love. He already gives it to you. God already gives it to you. Okay? It's not saying it's not something that is earned. And if you've been told that you need to earn God's love, that's a fallacy. That's a lie. That's not truth. And I'm sure you've come on YouTube and you've listened to many people talk about God, talk about Bible verses, preach the word, and they have no idea what they're talking about. And then you have people that come on here that want to accuse people of doing this and that and being wrong. Well, that's wrong too. Don't listen to those people. Kick them out of your feed, block them, get rid of them. I'm telling you, the validation that you're looking for, you need to look to the Heavenly Father and pray each and every single day for the life that you have and not take it for granted and watch it pass you by because you're so caught up in the distractions around you that you can't sink or swim. So stop doing what everybody else does. Get up and move forward and do something different today. Do something different. Okay. You want to go watch people talk about God and you need structure and regiment? Go. Fine. That's fine. If you want truth and you want compassion, you want to be taught, come here. Let's talk about. I'm creating a safe place for you to come so you can talk about the things that you wouldn't normally talk about with anybody on here. You have questions, ask the questions. Okay? You have questions about faith, I'm happy to answer them. You have questions about God, I'm happy to answer them. You have questions about anything, I'm happy to answer them. But we must be united. Stop looking for validation from people you don't know. I wondering where you guys get your validation from. Where do you seek validation from? Where do you hope to seek validation from? Where is validation most important to you? Are you here? Ask the question. Where does that validation come from? Most people look for it in their home, in their relationship, with their children, with their spouse, their significant other, their friends, and from their coworkers. Those are the top five places. Spouse, family, friends, children, and work. Those are the top five places that the majority of people look for validation from. And along the way, they forget about the creator, God. God is here. He wants you to have a relationship with him. But yet you forsake that because you've been told that God doesn't exist. You listen to too many atheists talk about science and how there's no proof or evidence for God's existence. And I'm here to tell you that that's a fallacy. That's a lie. Once again, I'm going to repeat this to you. I am who I am because of my DNA code, because of my genetic makeup. My DNA code cannot be replicated through science. Science has not been able to produce the same DNA code that I was given and that was given to me by God. So tell me that there's not a designer. Tell me that science can reproduce my DNA code. Please tell me that. I want to see the proof of that. I want to see the literature. I want to see the scholarly articles on that. I want to know where science can reproduce my DNA code. And if that's possible, then I'll say, okay. But I firmly believe that my DNA code, your DNA code, his DNA code, her DNA code is proof of God's existence because he was the designer. He designed you and me and decided all human creation. Okay? He did. We got so caught up in the monotony of this world that we like to prove that God doesn't exist. And I'm telling you, that's a dangerous place to be. Okay? I'm telling you, it's a dangerous place to be. Believe what you want, but the truth of the matter is, science cannot replicate my DNA code. Argue that with me, prove it to me, show me, and I'll believe it. And until then, you can't refute the evidence. At the end of the day, we're here to do one thing. We're here to be with each other. We're here to listen to each other. We're here to create a safe place for you to come and talk. You don't need to be validated. You just need someone to listen to you. And if you're looking for validation, don't come here looking for the validation. This is the wrong place to come. and look for the validation because you'll be disappointed. Go to your people, go to your family, go to your friends, your spouse, your coworkers. Those are the people that you should be looking for validation from. Not me, not YouTube, not Facebook, not Instagram, not TikTok. Okay, this is just a hobby. It's nothing more than a hobby. And if you're here to make this a career, happy for you, but do not expect to get the validation that you're looking for. Do not expect to receive the validation that you're looking for. It's going to disappoint you. You're going to be disappointed every single time. You are. You will be. And I promise you that once you stop looking for that validation from here, your life will become better. It will vastly improve. Your mental health will change. The feelings about yourself will change. You will feel better about you. So stop looking for validation from here. And until next time, click that like button, subscribe. I'll be here, and we'll talk again.